Hello. All right, we're going to start in about 7 minutes, but I wanted to go ahead and get this live channel up and going to help people find it. So if you are planning on joining me today, you will need 2 blocks and a blanket or a bolster if you have those. If you don't have a bolster, you can take 2 pillows and shove them in one pillowcase, and we can use that. So go ahead and try to find some props. If you don't have blocks, you can use 2 stacks of books about this size here when your blocks are up on their highest level. We have about 6 minutes that we'll be starting in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start because we have one more minute. Thank you for joining me today, or maybe you're joining later on today for this Yin Yoga challenge. This is going to be 15 minutes. It's a very short amount of time, but 15 minutes a day for 31 days. Let's see if we notice any difference. Let's see if we can cultivate a little sense of calm within our day and just carry it throughout the day. Each day I'm going to be teaching you guys or just practicing with you guys a couple different poses because we don't have a lot of time. And I'll talk more about yin as we go, but we are going to be holding the poses about 3 to 5 minutes. Normally that's about the time that it takes for your body to fully relax. It takes 3 minutes. So we'll minimum be in each pose for that amount of time. You're always welcome to come out at any point. And each day I've carefully created a sequence that will target a certain channel of the body in Chinese medicine. So today we are targeting the liver and the gallbladder. So if you're just joining, make sure you grab 2 blocks and a bolster if you have one. If you don't have one, you can use a pillow. You can use stacks of books. And also grab a blanket, like a throw-sized blanket. All right, so we'll go ahead and start. And we'll start in a seated position. If you want to sit on a blanket, it kind of helps elevate your hips so that you have a straighter spine. So come to a seated position. You can keep your hands on your lap, face up or face down. Face down will give you more of a grounding feel. Face up is more of like you're receiving information, you're receiving love and anything else coming your way. So you decide how you want your hands, and then we'll start to notice our breath. So if you want to close your eyes here or take a soft gaze, you can try that. Start to breathe in your nose and out your nose. And see if you can imagine you're almost like a gatekeeper of your nostrils. So you're not letting any breath out or in without your knowledge. So you can do this by telling yourself, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. Or you can just say in, out. And we'll carry this breathing, this mindfulness of breath in throughout our practice today. So see if you can be mindful throughout your practice. And from here, we're going to go ahead and jump into the first pose, which is going to be square pose. This is my favorite pose. Hope you like it too. So I've set up I made like a little bolster bridge with 2 blocks on the highest height and then a bolster on top. Or a blanket. You can also roll up the blanket and place that on top if you want. Then we're going to cross the right foot on top of the left knee. And you're just kind of making a square with your legs. They call it square pose, even though it doesn't look like a square. It's more of like a triangle. All right, and if this isn't happening for you today, you can just cross that right shin in front of the left and try to get the midpoint directly centered on your shins there. And then, so you decide if you want your foot stacked or in front, or you could even leave that bottom leg straight out and then just stack the right foot on top of that left thigh. So you choose your favorite variation. We'll sit up tall and you can hinge at the hips and fold over. I'm just crossing my arms on this bolster and then resting the forehead down. You can rest on the forearm. If it doesn't bother your back, you can round the spine and tuck the chin to the chest. If you have any herniated discs or anything, you might want to keep your back straight. So I'll be keeping an eye on my watch here to time you. And as you're in the pose, so in Yin Yoga, we come into a shape or a pose, something we can hold for a long period of time. And then we relax the muscles in the targeted area. So here we're targeting the hips, so the outer hips. We're also targeting the spine if you're rounding your back. So try to focus on relaxing the muscles in those areas. Once you relax the muscles, try to become still in the pose. If you find you're not feeling very much sensation here, you can try lowering your bolster bridge a level or two, or maybe getting rid of it altogether and just folding forward. We're looking for a mild sensation or a moderate sensation in the targeted area, which is the outer hips. You may only feel it on one hip, or you may feel it on both. So looking for a mild sensation there. If you're feeling pain, you need to come out of the pose and adjust and not go as deep. And come back to your breath, telling yourself in on the inhale, out on the exhale. And rise up. We always enter and exit nice and slow, so make sure you take your time coming up. From here, you're just going to extend your top leg out and then pull the bottom leg in so that the left foot is to the inside of that right thigh. And from here, we're going to take half dragonfly. So you can use your block and place it on the outside of that right knee, and you can rest that right elbow on it. And you can take your left arm overhead and just flop it on your head if it feels okay. If not, you can just dangle it there in the air. So I like to flop my arm on my head, and then hold my head up with my fist or my hand. And relax the side body here, targeting the side seam of the body. That's where the gallbladder channel runs. Try to relax the muscles in that side of the body and also your inner thighs. So soften that right thigh, soften the right kneecap. For the remainder of this pose, we're just going to walk forward over that left shin. So now looking for a sensation on the inner right thigh. So that is where the liver channel runs down the inner thighs, both sides. We're looking for a sensation there. You can also place a block out in front to rest your elbows on if you'd like, or you can come all the way to the ground. Feel free to relax your head here if you want to. If your elbows are on the ground or a block, you can take your thumbs to your temples and give yourself a temple massage. This is actually activating one of these points that we're working today. Okay, so by pressing on this point, I believe it's the gallbladder. I need to check if it's the liver or the gallbladder. I believe it's the gallbladder that runs right here at your temples. So by massaging those while practicing this pose, it's just kind of adding icing on the cake. You may have to tell yourself a few times to relax the inner thighs. If they tend to tighten up while you're practicing, That could be two things. It could be just a habit that your body's in, like tightening up, or you're in too deep and you need to come out and sit up a little bit higher. So you'll have to figure that out. Sometimes you don't figure that out until the next day when you feel really sore from the pose, and then you think, oh, whoops, I guess I went too deep yesterday in my yin class. We've got about 5 more breaths here. All right, and come up nice and slow. Straighten out the spine. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And then we'll set up our bridge. And if you'd like to use your bridge, we're taking square pose on the other side. So this time we'll take the left foot on top of the right knee or the left shin in front of the right shin. Sit up tall, hinge at the hips folding forward or round the spine and tuck the chin. Remember to relax the muscles in the targeted area, so outer hips. If you're flexing the spine, then relax the muscles in the back, the belly. Since we are working into the hips, try to soften your jaw, because sometimes the jaw tends to get tight here. Begin to let your mind wander. You can come back to focusing on the breath in and out, and then let the mind wander. Go ahead and come up, straighten out the spine, deep breath in, let it go. You can move your props over to the side. This time we'll extend the left leg out and fold in the right foot. If you want to take a block to the outside of that left leg, you can. And then we're going to lean that right arm over, maybe rest the left elbow on the block or the ground. Flop your arm on your head, looking for a nice side seam of the body stretch here. So relax the muscles on the side of your body. And then come up, and we'll fold forward over that right shin. So it is the gallbladder. I forgot I have my notes right here. It is the gallbladder that begins at the outer corner of the eye. So again, give yourself a little temple massage, or maybe just place your fingers there and give a gentle push. It doesn't have to be a deep massage. You can also leave your elbows on a block if that's easier. So relax that left thigh, soften the left kneecap. Come back to the breath. Inhaling, I am inhaling. Exhaling, I am exhaling. And then let the mind drift without control, without judgment. So for day 2 on the challenge, we'll also be practicing more poses for the liver and gallbladder, and I'll talk more about those channels tomorrow. Also, please take at least 5 minutes, at least 3 minutes if you can, to lie flat on your back in Shavasana. Go ahead and come up nice and slow. For the sake of time, we're going to have to end the video here just because it's already been 15 minutes. But you can slowly bring your legs together and lie flat on your back. Take a moment to breathe, focusing on that breath in and out again. And just relax your body down for at least 3 to 5 more minutes in stillness. And I hope to see you tomorrow, and we'll practice more liver and gallbladder poses. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.